We have some breaking news to get to now. Legendary music mogul Clive Davis has passed away at the age of 94. In an illustrious career that spanned more than 5 decades, Davis became a titan of his industry, signing iconic artists including Barry Manilow, Whitney Houston, and Billy Joel. NBC News entertainment correspondent Chloe Melas joins us now with more. Chloe, tell us what you've learned about Clive's passing.
I know, this is so sad. I mean, Clive Davis, a titan in the music industry. We know that he had been hospitalized in May and early June with some sort of upper respiratory issue. But according to a statement from his family, he died of natural causes at the age of 94. The statement is incredibly emotional. I'll read you part of it. It says, "To the world, our father was the iconic music legend whose vision, instincts, and relentless pursuit of excellence shaped the soundtrack of countless lives. To his family, Clive was dad and granddaddy, the steady presence at the center of our lives, the source of wisdom, strength, encouragement, and unconditional love." Clive Davis had 4 children. He had 8 grandchildren and 2 great-grandchildren. And I can tell you that I covered so many events in New York City, and Clive was always there with his partner or a family member or grandchildren. This was a man who, despite his busy schedule, always showed up for those who he loved.
So a huge footprint in terms of his personality also, but you see these pictures, Carlos Santana, also Whitney Houston. I mean, the names are gobsmacking how many musical careers he started.
Yeah. Clive Davis literally was born under the right star. And like Aerosmith famously saying, Clive Davis is gonna make you a star. So he was born in Brooklyn, New York. He worked his way up at Columbia Records. He was their general counsel to ending up running the label. He signed some of the biggest names, some of them, like you said, Santana, Bruce Springsteen,
wow,
Chicago, Billy Joel. He went on to start his own record label, Arista Records, where you might know some of the names that he signed there, like Earth, Wind, and Fire, right? How incredible is that? Whitney Houston, Pink, Alicia Keys, so many artists were touched by the magical Clive Davis wand and like stamp of approval. Yeah. So, I mean, I'm sure that very shortly we are going to be seeing social media flooded with tremendous statements and anecdotes and stories about Clive, who was also like the honorary mayor of New York City. I mean, like I said, you couldn't go to anything without seeing Clive at a concert or a movie premiere. I mean, I saw him even just in the last year. He was always out and about.
Yeah. He had such an eye for talent. I mean, you look at that roster of people that you just mentioned, absolutely incredible. We will be looking for those tributes. I'm sure they'll be coming in soon. All right, Chloe Melas, thank you so much.
We thank you for watching, and remember, stay updated on breaking news and top stories on the NBC News app or watch live on our YouTube channel.